There comes a moment in every person's journey when the excitement fades, when the energy that once fueled you burns low, and when that voice in your head begins to whisper, maybe I don't have it today. We've all felt it. That tug of tiredness, that wave of doubt, that subtle temptation to take it easy, to skip the work, to give yourself permission to rest just a little longer. And yet it's in those quiet, uncomfortable moments that your true power is tested. Because motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation has long left the room. See, your emotions are unpredictable. They shift like the wind. One day you feel unstoppable, full of energy, ready to conquer the world. The next day you wake up tired, distracted, unmotivated, and everything feels heavier than it did before. That's the trap most people fall into. They chase the feeling instead of honoring the commitment. They let their mood make the decisions that their goals should be making. But champions, winners, difference makers, they live by a different code. They understand that emotions are visitors, but discipline is the foundation. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up whether the sun is shining or the storm is raging. It's about keeping your word to yourself, even when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, and unpopular. Because if your commitment depends on how you feel, you will never finish what you start. Life will always test you with moments that challenge your energy, your patience, and your desire. But discipline teaches you to rise above that. It tells your feelings, you don't get to make the call today. Think about it. The greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the strongest leaders, they all share one thing in common. They built habits that don't require emotion to function. They built systems that outlasted their moods. They understood that emotions are temporary, but discipline builds something eternal. You can't wake up every morning waiting to feel ready. You have to decide that readiness doesn't matter. You have to train your mind to act even when your heart is hesitant. When you rely on emotion, your effort becomes inconsistent. Some days you give everything, other days you give excuses. But when you live by discipline, your actions become automatic. You no longer need to debate with yourself. You just do it. And that's where freedom begins, in doing what must be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Because discipline isn't punishment. It's the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. We live in a world where people glorify motivation, where everyone is chasing inspiration and waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now, and what you choose to do with it. You can't build a future on feelings. You build it on structure, on repetition, on habits that align with your purpose. And the beauty of discipline is that it eventually transforms into passion. The more you keep your promise to yourself, the more confident you become. The more you show up when you don't want to, the stronger your character grows. There's power in routine. There's power in saying, no matter what I feel, I move forward. Because when the emotions fade, and they will, your plan is still standing. Your dream is still calling. Your potential is still waiting. Every time you act despite your feelings, you prove to yourself that you are in control. You are not a slave to mood swings or temporary distractions. You are a master of your direction. Discipline is not glamorous and it's not easy. It's repetition, it's grind, it's patience. But it's also the birthplace of greatness. It's what separates those who almost make it from those who actually do. So when the feelings fade, when your mind grows tired, when your body says stop, that's the moment to dig deeper. That's the moment to remember why you started. That's the moment to remind yourself that your plan is the promise, and discipline is how you honor it. The danger of emotional decisions. There is a quiet danger that destroys more dreams than failure ever could. The danger of emotional decisions. It's the trap of letting temporary feelings control permanent directions. Every one of us has been there. Moments when frustration clouds judgment, when impatience pushes us to act too quickly, or when discouragement whispers that quitting is easier than enduring. Those are the moments when emotion becomes the driver and reason becomes the passenger. And the truth is, when emotions are behind the wheel, your life can take a wrong turn that costs you years to recover from. Emotional decisions feel right in the moment because they satisfy the need for relief, not the desire for results. You get angry, and instead of pausing, you react. You get tired, and instead of resting strategically, you give up completely. You get lonely, and instead of waiting for what's right, you settle for what's available. That's the hidden cost of emotional living. You trade long-term peace for short-term comfort. You trade purpose for pleasure, vision for validation, destiny for distraction. And when the emotion fades, you're left staring at consequences you could have avoided if only you had chosen patience over impulse. Emotions are real, but they are not reliable guides. They are like weather, unpredictable, ever-changing, and sometimes violent. You cannot build a solid foundation on something that shifts daily. The people who build unshakable lives have learned one thing very clearly. You can feel emotions deeply without letting them dictate your direction. They experience anger but choose wisdom. They feel fear but choose courage. They face doubt but choose discipline. Because they understand that emotions are signals, not steering wheels. They can alert you to what needs attention, but they should never decide your next move. When you make decisions based on emotion, you risk losing alignment with your greater plan. You start chasing comfort instead of calling. You start avoiding the uncomfortable growth that your purpose demands. Growth is never pleasant in the moment. It's often painful, uncertain, and heavy. That's why emotional people abandon progress, because progress doesn't always feel good. But those who are driven by principle rather than passion know that feelings pass and discipline lasts. They don't ask, do I feel like doing it? They ask, is it part of my plan? I think about how many people have ruined relationships, lost opportunities, or delayed their success because of one emotional decision. A single outburst can destroy trust. A single lazy day can break momentum. A single moment of doubt can make you walk away from something that was about to work. That's why emotional control is not weakness. It's strength in its highest form. It's the ability to stay calm when everything inside you wants to explode. It's the maturity to pause when your pride wants to react. It's the power to stand still when the world is trying to shake you. Every time you resist an emotional decision, you build resilience. You strengthen the muscles of patience, discipline, and wisdom. You train yourself to act from clarity, not chaos, because emotions blur vision, but self-control sharpens it. When you learn to pause before reacting, to breathe before responding, to think before choosing, you take back authority over your life. You stop being a victim of mood swings and become a master of moments. The truth is, your emotions don't always tell you the truth. Fear will tell you you're not ready. Anger will tell you they don't respect you. Laziness will tell you there's still time. But wisdom whispers quietly underneath all that noise, reminding you to stay the course, reminding you that temporary feelings should never rewrite permanent goals. The people who change their lives don't follow their feelings, they follow their focus. So every time emotion rises, remember this: calm is a superpower. Pause is protection, reflection is direction, your plan is your anchor, and emotions are just waves trying to pull you off course. The moment you learn to stand still while the storm passes, that's when you truly take control of your destiny. Consistency creates momentum. Success is not born from one great effort. It's built through thousands of ordinary moments done with extraordinary commitment. The truth is, consistency is the quiet force that turns small actions into unstoppable momentum. People often think of greatness requires huge leaps, but in reality, it's the daily steps, the repetitive work, the constant showing up that separates the ones who dream from the ones who achieve. The problem is, most people underestimate the power of doing something again and again, especially when it feels like it's not working. They want progress to be instant, but progress rarely announces itself. It grows silently in the shadows of consistency. When you stay consistent, you teach your mind and body to perform, Even when motivation has disappeared, you stop relying on excitement and start depending on discipline. Consistency transforms effort into identity. You begin to see yourself differently, not as someone who tries, but as someone who is. You become the type of person who doesn't quit, who doesn't wait for perfect conditions, who understands that the reward comes to those who are patient enough to stay in the process. Because when you keep showing up, even in silence, even in doubt, you build a rhythm that begins to carry you forward. That rhythm is called momentum. And once it starts rolling, it becomes very hard to stop. Momentum is like a snowball. At first, it's small, fragile, and slow to move. It requires effort to push it forward. But as you keep rolling it, as you keep adding small layers each day, it grows bigger and gains power. Eventually, it starts moving on its own. That's what consistency does to your life. It makes progress easier over time because your habits start working for you instead of against you. Your body adjusts, your mind strengthens, and your goals that once seemed impossible begin to feel natural. Consistency turns the hard things into habits and the impossible things into your new normal. But here's the truth most people avoid. Consistency isn't exciting. It's not glamorous. It's repetitive, sometimes boring, and often thankless. There will be days when you see no results, when your effort feels invisible, when you question if it's even worth it. Those are the testing days. Those are the days when the universe is asking, do you really mean it? Do you really want this? Because anyone can be consistent when it's easy, but only the strong stay consistent when it's not. That's when the seeds of greatness are planted, in silence, in persistence, in the moments nobody is clapping for you. Every successful person you admire once felt like they were wasting their time. They had days where nothing made sense, where progress was invisible, where the only thing they could rely on was their plan. But they kept showing up. And each small step built strength, each repetition built resilience, and each failure built wisdom. That's how momentum is born. Through time, through patience, through the refusal to stop. You don't need to do everything in one day. You just need to do something every day. Consistency is also a reflection of belief. When you keep showing up for your dream, you are declaring that you still believe in it. Even when no one sees it, even when the world doubts you, even when you feel unsure, your consistency says, I'm not giving up. That kind of belief attracts results because life rewards the ones who stay. Momentum doesn't come to those who start fast. It comes to those who never stop. The ones who push through the slow seasons are the ones who later move faster than everyone else. So remember, it's not about intensity, it's about endurance. It's not about being perfect today, it's about being persistent tomorrow. You may not notice the progress at first, but every day you stay consistent, you're adding another brick to the foundation of your success. The hardest part is the beginning, the grind before the growth. But once momentum takes over, it becomes your greatest ally. Keep doing the small things with great faith, because one day you'll look back and realize that what once felt slow was actually the speed that built your strength. The power of preparation. Preparation is the silent strength behind every success story. It's the unseen hours, the private discipline, the quiet rehearsals when no one's watching that shape who you become when the lights finally shine on you. Most people admire success, but few understand that success is simply the public reward for private preparation. The truth is, you don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your preparation. When life tests you, when opportunity knocks, when pressure comes unexpectedly, you won't have time to get ready. You must be ready. Preparation is what turns fear into confidence, confusion into clarity, and potential into power. Too many people pray for opportunities they haven't prepared for. They want the stage without the rehearsal, the reward without the routine, the blessing without the building. But life doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't hand out greatness, it hands out chances. And only those who are prepared recognize them. Preparation sharpens your mind so you can see opportunities others overlook. It strengthens your character so you can handle what others can't. It keeps you grounded when success tries to lift your ego too high, and resilient when failure tries to drag your spirit too low. Preparation is also a sign of respect. Respect for your goals, respect for your craft, respect for your own potential. When you prepare, you are telling the world, I'm serious about this. You're not waiting for luck, you're building readiness. You're not depending on chance, you're creating certainty. Because when you are prepared, you move differently. You speak with confidence, you act with precision, and you recover from mistakes faster because you've already rehearsed the worst-case scenarios in your mind. Preparation removes fear because it gives you control. It allows you to stand firm in chaos, to stay calm under pressure, to keep moving when everyone else freezes. Every champion understands this. The athlete who wins the medal didn't prepare on the day of the competition. They prepared months, even years before that moment. The entrepreneur who closes the deal didn't get lucky in the meeting. They prepared through study, through failure, through countless nights of practice. The speaker who moves the crowd didn't just show up inspired. They prepared in silence, refining their words, shaping their message, learning their craft. That's what separates those who perform from those who panic. Preparation builds trust in yourself. It gives you a sense of readiness that no external approval can replace. When you've done the work, when you've studied the details, when you've trained harder than your excuses, you walk differently. There's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've already faced the battle before the battle began. You stop doubting your worth because you know you've earned your place. That's the power of preparation. It doesn't just equip you for success, it transforms you into the kind of person who can sustain it. Many people think preparation is about waiting until the right time. But preparation isn't waiting, it's working while you wait. It's building your foundation before the opportunity arrives. Because when the door finally opens, it's too late to start learning how to walk through it. The opportunity doesn't wait for you to be ready. It rewards those who already are. Preparation ensures that when that moment comes, and it will, you don't hesitate, you don't stumble, you execute, you deliver. Preparation also gives peace of mind. When you've done your part, when you've put in the effort, when you've given your best behind the scenes, you no longer fear the unknown. You stop worrying about outcomes and start trusting your process. That's where real power comes from. Not from pretending to be fearless, but from being so well prepared that fear no longer controls you. So as you chase your goals, never underestimate the power of preparation. It's the groundwork of greatness, the unseen effort that creates visible results, the quiet discipline that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Preparation is not just about readiness, it's about respect for the dream, for the mission, and for the person you are becoming through the process. Embrace discomfort. Growth never happens in comfort. Every step forward in your life will require you to step out of what feels easy and into what feels uncertain. The problem is, most people spend their lives running from discomfort, avoiding struggle, dodging pressure, and escaping anything that challenges them. But what they don't realize is that by avoiding discomfort, they also avoid development. You cannot become stronger if you refuse to be stretched. You cannot grow in discipline, courage, or confidence if you only move when life feels gentle. The truth is, discomfort is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. It's the proof that you're pushing beyond your limits, and that's exactly where transformation begins. When you embrace discomfort, you start to understand that pain has a purpose. Every challenge, every obstacle, every difficult season is shaping you into a stronger version of yourself. The pain you feel today is preparing you for the strength you'll need tomorrow. Most people pray for success, but then reject the process that builds it, forgetting that every level of growth comes with new levels of resistance. It's like lifting weights. The heavier the resistance, the greater the muscle you develop. Discomfort is the resistance your soul needs to grow stronger. It's not meant to break you, it's meant to build you. Every time you feel uncomfortable, you're standing at a crossroads. One direction leads back to safety, routine, and predictability, a place where nothing changes and nothing grows. The other direction leads into challenge, uncertainty, and risk, a place where everything inside you will be tested, but where everything you've been praying for also lives. The person who learns to walk confidently into discomfort will always go further than the person who hides from it. Because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward even while fear walks beside you. Discomfort also has a way of revealing who you really are. When things get hard, when plans fall apart, when pressure rises, that's when your character speaks loudest. It's easy to stay positive when everything is working, but your real strength is measured by how you behave when nothing goes your way. Embracing discomfort means trusting that what's uncomfortable is necessary. It means seeing challenges as opportunities to learn rather than punishments to endure. It means believing that every difficult day has value, even if you can't see it yet. Look back at your life, and you'll realize that your greatest lessons didn't come from the easy moments. They came from the painful ones. The heartbreak that taught you self-worth, the failure that taught you humility, the loss that taught you resilience. All of it was uncomfortable, yet all of it shaped you. Growth and comfort will never coexist. You can't evolve while staying inside the same circle that once made you feel safe. Every time you push past what feels uncomfortable, you expand what's possible for you. When you begin to welcome discomfort instead of running from it, you develop a powerful mindset, one that sees pressure as privilege. You start to understand that not everyone gets the chance to grow through challenge. Some people quit before they ever find their strength. But the ones who stay, who keep pushing, who keep believing even when it hurts, they discover a version of themselves they never knew existed. They learn that what once felt impossible is now their new baseline. That's the reward of endurance, the discovery of new power through persistent pain. So, don't pray for life to get easier. Pray for yourself to get stronger. Don't ask for lighter burdens, ask for broader shoulders. Because every obstacle you face is an invitation to rise. Every moment of discomfort is preparing you for the life you said you wanted. The world belongs to those who can stay calm in chaos, who can stand tall under pressure, and who understand that discomfort is not punishment. It's preparation. It's the fire that forges greatness. It's the storm that strengthens roots. And the ones who learn to lean into it, to grow through it, to stay committed when it hurts, those are the ones who go from surviving to conquering. Trust the process. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning to trust the process. Everyone wants progress, everyone wants success, everyone wants results. But very few are willing to walk through the long, unseen process it takes to get there. We live in a world that celebrates outcomes, but it rarely honors the patience it takes to achieve them. People want to skip the struggle and arrive at the reward, but what they don't realize is that skipping the process means skipping the preparation. Every dream has a process, and that process is not meant to punish you. It's meant to prepare you. It's the journey that builds the strength to carry the blessing you've been praying for. Trusting the process means having faith even when you can't see the full picture. It's easy to trust when everything makes sense, but real growth happens in the seasons when you're confused, when the plan seems blurry, when you're giving everything and seeing nothing in return. Those are the moments that separate those who are simply interested from those who are truly committed. Because when you trust the process, you stop needing instant results. You start believing that every delay, every challenge, every closed door is not the end. It's just a part of the plan working in silence. The process is not glamorous. It's not filled with applause or validation. It's quiet, lonely, and often uncomfortable. But it's also sacred because it's where you develop the patience, humility, and resilience that success will later require. Think about a seed. When it's planted, it's buried in darkness. It doesn't look like it's growing, but it is. The soil is protecting it, the pressure is strengthening it, and time is preparing it for the breakthrough. If you dig it up too early, you destroy what was meant to bloom. Life works the same way. The process may hide you for a season, but that season is where your roots grow deep enough to sustain your future. Most people give up because they confuse waiting with wasting. They think that if they're not seeing visible progress, nothing is happening. But just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not working. The best things in life take time. Maturity, wisdom, success, healing, they all require seasons of waiting and working. Trusting the process means believing that every small effort, every repetition, every sacrifice is adding up in ways you might not yet understand. You're not failing, you're forming. You're not stuck, you're being shaped. The truth is, every delay has a design. Every setback carries a lesson. Every struggle builds the character you'll need when the reward finally comes. The process refines you. It removes arrogance, replaces it with gratitude, and teaches you to value the climb as much as the destination. Because when you finally get there, you'll appreciate it more deeply knowing how much it cost you to arrive. The ones who rush the process often crumble under success because they never developed the discipline to handle it. But the ones who stayed, who endured, who kept trusting, they become unshakable because their strength was built in the struggle. Trusting the process also means surrendering control. It means accepting that you won't always know how or when things will work out, but you keep doing your part anyway. It's about faith in motion, working hard with your hands while believing deeply with your heart. You can't rush divine timing, but you can prepare yourself for it. Every day that feels slow, every moment that feels uncertain is still moving you forward in ways you cannot yet measure. Sometimes the process is protecting you from things you're not ready for. Sometimes it's teaching you lessons that shortcuts would make you miss. So when life feels like it's standing still, remember that patience is not weakness. It's strength under control. Keep watering your dream even when the soil looks dry. Keep walking even when the path feels endless. Keep believing that the process is not working against you. It's working for you. Every masterpiece takes time to complete. Every destiny takes seasons to develop. The process might not give you what you want immediately, but it will always give you what you need ultimately. The wisdom, the resilience, and the readiness to sustain what's coming next. Legacy mindset, there comes a point in life when you realize that your purpose is bigger than just your comfort, your goals, or even your success. It's about the legacy you leave behind. Legacy isn't built by what you have, it's built by what you give, by what you create, by how you impact others through your example. A legacy mindset means understanding that every choice you make, every action you take, every day you live is writing a story that will outlive you. It's realizing that your consistency today will become someone else's inspiration tomorrow. You are not just living for now, you are building something that echoes beyond your lifetime. When you start thinking with a legacy mindset, your perspective changes. You stop chasing temporary satisfaction and start investing in long-term significance. You stop asking, what do I feel like doing today? And start asking, what will this decision mean for the person I'm becoming? Because moods fade, trends change, and time moves fast. But the impact of how you live remains. Legacy-minded people understand that their life is a message, and that message can either motivate or mislead. Every moment is a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny, and you get to decide what kind of picture you'll leave behind. A legacy mindset is about living intentionally, not emotionally. It's about holding yourself accountable to something greater than your feelings. When you operate with legacy in mind, you stop quitting when things get hard because you realize you're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for everyone who will come after you. You're setting a standard. You're creating an example. You're showing your family, your community, your circle what it looks like to stay the course when life tries to pull you off track. The strength you build through your discipline will one day give strength to someone else who's watching you quietly, learning from your persistence. Legacy is not built in grand gestures. It's built in small moments of faithfulness. It's built in the times you showed up when nobody noticed, in the times you stayed humble when life tempted you to boast, in the times you chose integrity when shortcuts looked easier. Every sacrifice, every delay, every act of patience is leaving fingerprints on the future. You may not see it now, but your example is shaping more lives than you realize. Sometimes your persistence will be the reason someone else doesn't give up. That's the beauty of a legacy mindset. It gives your struggle purpose and your journey meaning. When you live for legacy, you stop living just for applause. You don't need validation to stay consistent because you understand that real success is measured in impact, not attention. You don't need everyone to see what you're doing because legacy work often happens in silence. It's in the quiet preparation, the unseen sacrifices, the late nights, the moments of discipline that no one will ever clap for. But years from now, those moments will echo in the lives you touched, in the people you inspired, in the hearts you influenced. That's what legacy feels like, knowing you built something that lasts beyond you. Having a legacy mindset also means living with vision. It means not just reacting to your days, but designing them. It means understanding that your habits today are the seeds of your future, and the discipline you practice now becomes the inheritance of those who come after you. If you live carelessly, you pass down regret. But if you live with purpose, you pass down wisdom. Every generation builds on the foundation left by the one before it, and you have the power to make that foundation stronger. You may not be able to control everything about your circumstances, but you can control the example you leave behind. Your resilience, your faith, your integrity, your perseverance. The truth is, legacy-minded people think long-term. They play the long game when others are chasing the quick win. They build roots when others chase rewards. They understand that success without significance is shallow, and fame without foundation is fragile. Legacy is built in the decisions you make when no one is watching, and in the courage you show when no one is cheering. It's built in the promise you keep to yourself when quitting feels easier. And in time, it becomes the story people tell about you. Not because you were perfect, but because you were consistent, because you didn't let your mood decide your mission, and because you lived your life with purpose instead of impulse. So every day you wake up, ask yourself, what story am I writing today? What will my actions say about me when I'm gone? Because the legacy you leave behind is not built by chance, it's built by choice. Every moment of discipline, every act of kindness, every moment of courage adds another brick to something far greater than success. It adds to your legacy, and that, more than anything else, is what truly lasts. At the end of the day, life doesn't reward moods. It rewards consistency. Your emotions may change like the wind, but your commitment must stand like the mountain. The plan you set wasn't built for the days you feel strong. It was built to carry you through the days you feel weak. You can't depend on motivation every morning, but you can depend on discipline, on purpose, on vision. Because motivation may start the engine, but discipline keeps the car moving when the road gets rough. The people who reach their dreams aren't the ones who always feel ready. They're the ones who keep showing up, even when everything inside them wants to quit. There will be moments when your mood screams at you to give up, when your plan feels too heavy, when the world looks like it's moving faster than you. In those moments, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself that your future depends on what you do right now, not what you feel right now. Emotions are temporary, but legacy is forever. Every small act of commitment adds weight to your character. Every day you stick to your plan, even when your feelings fight you, you're building a version of yourself that no setback can destroy. That's how warriors are made. That's how leaders are forged. And when you finally look back, when you see the progress, the growth, the transformation, you'll realize that it wasn't your moods that made you, it was your decisions. It wasn't the excitement of the start, but the strength to stay. Because true greatness doesn't happen in a moment of emotion, it's built in seasons of perseverance. So stand tall, stay steady, and remember, Your plan is the map, your purpose is the fuel, and your mood is just weather. It may change, but your destination doesn't. Stay focused, stay faithful, stay committed, because the greatest power you will ever have is not in how you feel. It's in how you move forward despite how you feel. That's how you turn plans into progress, progress into purpose, and purpose into legacy.